Where's your head? Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Welcome to Tarot and Tunes, the first ever episode on Rattle 1. We're so excited. Pat made a little cameo in the beginning. I dig it. Oh, yeah, just wave. I dig it. So, the premise of this show is that I'm going to do like a full card pull for all signs. It is the new moon today, but I'll get into that in a second. But it's tarot and tunes. So accompanying this episode is going to be music from all of my friends and all of the bands I've come across. Should we just like cue it up now? Like, hey DJ, spin that shit. It's going. It's a good build. So I've just chose music that I like truly love. I used to do this thing called Feature Friend Friday, so I've kind of just pulled from there. So it's all bands or particular songs that I've come across from people that I know, or just like local musicians, or even some as far as like the States that I've just come across. More like, I want to say more indie type bands that, you know, might be on a record label, but who are like bridging, making it and trying to get there, or trying to really break the ceiling for their music. So accompanying this reading, oh, that's a great song. You're going to hear the music. So before we start, I'm going to make sure that I just properly cleanse. I don't think we've ever smudged this space before, like ever. So this will be good for this space too, because there's ghosts here, and Pat hates when I talk about it. The face I'm getting. So yeah, we're just going to take a second, let everybody settle in. I have the monitor kind of in front of me, so I can see some of the comments that are happening. I see, hi Linda, I see you're here. It's good to see you virtually. So let's get some sage going, because 2020 has been pretty intense, I will say. And we're gonna get rid of like any residual energy, anything that's kind of just going on in this space. Oh, look at that. That's just like beautiful. Oh, I didn't turn on my little light box. Let's get that up too. Where's the switch? Is it on? Is it off? There it goes. Yeah! Love it. Yay! It's official. Oh, all right. So it is going to be a full card pull for all signs, and we're going to go through the elements like I normally do. So if you're tuning in and you're brand new, or if you're tuning in and you've come from my Instagram page, you will know that I go through the elements. So we start with fire, earth, air, and water, and all the signs have they correspond to an element. So I'll get into all of that and I'll explain it all as we're going. But I want to talk a little bit about the new moon that we have today. So it is in Leo. And this moon is fiery. Like, it wants you to just own your shit. It wants you to fall in love with yourself. It wants you to realize that, like, no matter what you thought was possible, everything that you kind of wanted for your future is available for you. And it's going to kind of all of a sudden seem possible. Like, maybe you're in a place right now where you're thinking like, how the fuck, I said it, am I ever going to get to where I want to get to? Or how am I ever going to accomplish this goal? Or how am I going to get out of this situation? Or how could it ever possibly be different for me? So this new moon is giving you the opportunity right now, if you really harness into it and shift yourself into alignment with your highest self. And for those of you who don't know, your highest self is the version of you that energetically vibrates in alignment with like whatever your higher power is. So whether that's the God of your understanding, whether that's the universe, source, great spirit, creator, whatever it is that you choose to associate as your higher power, the version of you that is most closely aligned vibrationally with that energy is your highest self. So if you can shift into that energy, this new moon is letting you know that like everything is available for you right now, and it's really exciting. And it's in Leo, and Leo is a fire sign, so it's very passionate, and it's very fiery, and it's very action oriented, and it's very like move forward kind of attitude. So this new moon wants you to take the lead. It wants you to embrace all of your courage. It wants you to make some moves, own your shit, but also be very mindful of not taking on too much, because you can burn out. Especially with all of the energy that is going to come from what you're feeling from this moon, letting you feel like everything's possible, because it is. So just be mindful of taking on too much and maybe doing too many things. Just focus on what it is that you feel so called to, and then go forward with that. All right, so we're going to start with our fire signs. I'm just going to get this going again. This shit, the sage never wants to stay lit. There we go. Oh, this is Miss Jane by Cigar Club. I'm sure it's popping up on the screen at some point. I love this song. I love Cigar Club. All right. So, fire signs. So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You are passionate. You are dynamic. You are temperamental. You like, don't mess with a fire sign. My sister's a fire sign. She's fiery. So you guys are always like, you're ready to move. You have lots of passion in everything that you do. You have lots of energy in everything you do. You love super hard. You fight super hard, like all of that. So we are going to choose our card for fire. And I don't have to keep saying it over and over again. It's so hard to find where to point. There it is, right there. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So let's do that. So I'm just going to allow myself to intuitively be called to where the cards would like to be cut. And we have the Six of Wands. So this card is basically telling you that it's okay. So first of all, it's a super positive card. It means a lot of fulfillment. And I think that this is really cool because it's kind of in alignment with the moon. This is a time of victory for you. So if you've been feeling like things haven't really been going your way lately, you're definitely going to move into a time of like winning. And look at the smoke, just like, I love it. You're going to move into a time of like fulfillment and victorious action and winning and so much advancement. There's going to be lots of positive outcomes. I feel like you're going to get that recognition that maybe you haven't been getting so far. That praise maybe you've been looking for too. Right now is a really good time for you to embrace a really healthy use of your creative energy. So if there's something that you've been wanting to do and you haven't been quite sure if it was time or how to do it, partnered with the new moon in Leo right now, it's I don't know if there's a bigger sign in the world for you. It is 100% the time for you to do it. Not only are you going to be victorious, and not only are you going to have advancement and positive outcomes and like all of that success that you've been looking for, but it's going to be in a really high order, and it's going to be really really positive, and you're going to be able to use your creative energy as you kind of navigate what it is that what it is that you want to do, the situation that you want to master, that you want to complete, or whatever goal that is. So if you've been feeling like you haven't really been getting any wins lately, and things are hard and things are struggling, or you're struggling, now is the time to act and then watch things transform. You have the new moon energy with you. Again, like I said, so everything's in a really like high outcome for you right now. It feels really good. So use all of your passion, use all of your dynamic energy, all of your temperament, all of your fire energy that you have in you, my fire signs. And it's interesting because Wands is represented by fire in tarot. So Wands is a fire element for fire signs. It's kind of working. It's kind of like serendipitous, let's say. So This one definitely is for you guys. Again, my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's right there. Definitely make some moves, own your shit, take all your courage, do everything you need to do. Everything's available for you. So, fire signs, we're going to just toss you up there. All right, back to the shuffle. Let's clear out that energy again. This is another really good song. This is a duet or like a partner song of a good friend of mine showed me. Whoa! An Old Soul Rebel, who's a friend of hers, who we became acquaintances, and they were actually on the shot. They were amazing, and they wrote this with Tramp, and it's really good. I do have a candle handy. I'm reading the comments. You know what? I didn't even light my candles. Let's do that. But they're so deep in there, I don't even think I would be able to light the sage. I need to get one of those really drippy candles that like melts on itself. And then I can make it a beautiful work of art. There we go. Oh, this song's just so haunting. All right, let's get those cards smudged out so we can move on. We're going to be doing earth signs. Earth signs, this is... So fire signs, also, just a quick note before I move on to earth signs. I know earth signs is up, it's okay, but we're not going to go anything back. It is your new moon, so just remember that. My brain is scattered. Try to produce a tarot show. You have to understand the scattered brain, and I think Pat gets it. All right. Messages come in from source. I don't control this. It just happens as it happens. So we're moving on to earth. My earths are my Taurus, my Virgo, my Capricorn. You guys are grounded. You're the foundations of things. You guys are, you always keep it real. You're balanced. You're so, like, your feet are so firmly grounded onto the ground that, like, a lot of people in your life, you know, your air signs, your fire signs, your water signs, who can tend to get taken up into all those things, you're always the one who's gonna, like, make sure that everything stays grounded, stays real, stays rational. New moon mind fog. Oh, can you toss that one up there, Pat, that newest comment? New moon mind fog, yeah. Because this is legit. So this comment here from Tanya, this is actually true. My full moon and my new moons, my mind just becomes like mashed potatoes. And if I try to keep a rational thought, doesn't work. So yeah, that's definitely a real thing, the mind fog. Anytime that you feel like a shift in your mental state around a new moon, don't discount it. Don't just think you're having an off day. Like, check, if you feel weird, check out where the moon is. Usually it has something to do with what you're feeling. Like the moon, what's the word I'm looking for? Affects, controls, moves, shifts. Like, it's in charge of, it affects water. And we are like 80% water, so it would be crazy to think that the moon doesn't affect us. It definitely does. You ever seen like the moon take the tide in and out? That's water. We're water. It's all the same. All right. So, earth signs, I have described you. You are up on the screen there so you can remember who you are. We're going to do your pull. I'm honestly feeling like, I don't know. Either there's an earth sign watching or there's an earth sign. Well, Jeff's an earth sign, so it could be him. But there's an earth sign watching or there's an earth sign somewhere that like really needs to hear this, like whatever this message is going to be. So let's see what it is. Little drop top alibi. All right, just going to intuitively allow myself to be called to where the cards would like to be cut. And all right. Is that on? Got to make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. My OCD's kicking in. There we go. Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Discs, whatever you want to call it. So it's really okay. So like I said before, that I feel like whatever earth signs need to be here. I'm gonna pull that up now. The sage just took off. It just took off. Woo. Let's get that over here. Is there a smoke alarm in here? I think we're good. Okay. Let's just tuck that in there. Ooh. Look at that. You know what? It's 2020 appropriate sage, I feel like, because 2020 has been crazy. So I said earth signs was going to be a crazy message, or whatever earth sign was here. Did we get any people in the comments who said that they were earth signs? Did we get any of like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? Okay, so we definitely have some earth signs. Cool. All right, so you're definitely here for a reason to hear this message. What's super amazing about this, like I just said, was that you got the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace is the root of all of the power of earth signs. It's so interesting because fire was the Six of Wands, and that's a fire sign. And now earth is the Pentacles, and Pentacles is earth in tarot. So it's amazing. We've got some really cool serendipitous let's not call it serendipity. Let's call it alignment. We've got a lot of aligned pulls here. So the Ace of Pentacles, like I said, is the root of all power for earth. It's where everything comes from. So it controls all things physical, all things health-wise, material possessions, career aspects, financial abundance, prosperity, all of like the earthly aspects of our life is controlled by the Ace of we're not Ace, but Pentacles, which is an earth sign in tarot. And this is the Ace, so it's the strongest one. It is the culmination. It is the root of, not culmination, sorry, that would be the 10. The Ace is the root. It's the foundation of all earth signs. So there's definitely a lot of wealth and prosperity coming in for my earth signs. I see a new beginning specifically. And Linda, you literally just, I know you're watching, you literally just popped into my head. I see a new beginning here for you, really strong as well. I see a lot of material concerns alleviating themselves for people, like being worried about losing a job or not having enough money to pay a rent. I'm not associating this to any specific person. But just worrying about financial prosperity and worrying about financial security, I'm seeing that alleviated right now. A lot of increase in money is coming in. There's going to be a flux of better health coming in. I see people with health conditions getting better. I feel like stress is letting go. Mental overwhelmment, if that's a word, is letting go. There's a lot of, there's going to be some really cool new financial opportunities coming in for some of my earth signs as well. Meaning like a new job, maybe a move, maybe a raise, maybe a promotion. I'm seeing like there's some concern around money and finance, and I'm seeing it alleviated. I'm seeing new opportunities coming in. And again, just being so aligned and the energy being so strong with this new moon, because it's riding on the heels of the last moon, and it hasn't been a full cycle. We've got a couple days short, so the energy is even stronger than it normally is. And what's really cool about that is that it's telling you that like things are going to be better than you could have imagined. And the fact that that's tying in again with the Ace of Pentacles here for my earth signs is just telling me that if you thought there was going to be an issue or you were worried about something not working out, don't worry anymore. It's literally just going to, it's almost like I see it just like boom overnight, and it's going to be so much better for you. So anything else coming through for, I think that's pretty much it. Just like, don't underestimate the power of, and I don't necessarily love using the term miracle, because I don't want to say I don't believe in miracles, because I feel like that's kind of like depressing to say, but it's not so much that I don't believe in miracles, it's that I believe in you, and I believe in your ability to shift your energy into alignment with what it is that you want. And it's so simple. If you can shift your energy into that alignment, then what you want is going to come for you. If what you want isn't coming for you, it's because of two reasons. Number one, it's not meant for you, because no matter how hard you're trying to shift into that energy, you just can't align with it because it's not meant for you. Or number two, it is meant for you, but you're not aligned with that yet, so it's not coming to you. The universe wants to give you everything that you want. It literally says yes. If you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get sick, it goes yes. If you say, oh my God, I'm going to be so successful, it goes yes. Yes, girl, yes, boy, whatever it is. It's like you're getting it. The thing is that like people go, well, I'm shifting into alignment with winning the lottery. It's like, no, but you're not, because you still live in fear and you still live in lack. And why do you want to win the lottery? What's the purpose of you wanting to win the lottery? Is it because you don't like, is it because you feel like you don't have enough? Is it because you feel like that will make all your problems go away? Like what's the essence behind what you want? If you can figure that out, I think that changes everything. Find the essence behind it. So earth signs, everything's coming for you. Be ready for the shift, be ready for it, and align yourself with it. And don't forget that it is going to require some effort on your part. Not hard work, not grueling, grinding work, but effort to where you're being mindful of your energy and you're aligning. So things are going to change for you guys. Welcome that money. Give you all of the wealth and all of the prosperity and all of that money. Like it's coming for you. Things are going to get so much better. So we'll toss that up there. Whew, that was a long one. I got real into that one. Like I felt like that was super connected. So just checking if that's too hot. No, it's good. Okay. So one of the other things that I haven't mentioned yet, and I know that it's scrolling across the screen there, thanks to my lovely producer, Pat, is that you can book personalized readings. So if you're feeling like I'm touching on some stuff, but you'd like a more in-depth thing, just shoot me a message. The links are all going to be there. Tanya, I'm going to take your advice here and relight on my candle. And what a fantastic trick that is. Even though that sage exploded before. All right, so we're going to move on to our next sign. We're going to do air. And one other thing that I wanted to mention too, because it all just comes as it comes, is that if I do get messages from source, or if I am channeling anything from spirit or anything's coming in, sometimes you'll see like there's new moon or full moon brain fog, and in this case new moon brain fog, and then there's also like the channeling aspect. So if I kind of like gaze off, or if I look up, or if I look over somewhere and I'm getting quiet, like I might just be receiving a message that I'll tell you guys if I'm meant to, or if it's for somebody specific, I will definitely let you know. All right, so let's just cleanse a little bit of the previous energy from the last poll. So we'll get the earth sign energy off, and we'll bring in our air signs. I'm going to get a little bit more sage going. I like an ungodly, just insane amount of sage. What? Are you okay? You do it. You smoke it. It's sage. It's not marijuana. You can't get high off sage. Open a door. All right. So we're gonna just clear. We're just gonna clear off some of this energy. I'm like, you can jump on a mic, Pat. You have the technology. You want to share anything with our listeners? Well, I clear off this energy.
I just thought that maybe I was getting high from the sage. That's all it was. That's all it was.
I might get high after this, responsibly. You can say it now because it's legal. It's good.
It's true.
I'm going to have a drink. All right, so we're cleansing the energy from, what do we do, air signs? Yeah, no, we did earth signs. Oh my gosh, I'm only 2 in. Okay, I should probably hurry this up. What do we got? I wish it would be cheaper. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like $10 a bundle. The equivalent, I think what I spend on sage, pop this song up there so everybody can see who it is. Because this is a great little band. Should get you on the guitar, Pat. You could just like cameo in. All right. Yeah, the amount of money I spend on sage, like what $10 of sage would get me would probably be like $100 of weed or cannabis, marijuana. All right, so we've cleansed off all that earth energy, and we're gonna tune into our air signs. Coincidentally, Pat, my producer here, partner of Rattle One, should start calling it Rattle One Industries, but is an air sign. I am an air sign, so we resonate for sure to this because that's us. So air signs, you are my Geminis, my Libras, my Aquariuses, and Aquariuses? I don't know if it's the proper term. Aquarii? Yeah, it'll be all right. Aquarius. So you guys are just like me and Pat, probably really passionate, but in a different way than fire signs are, to where you're about like ideas, you're about motion, you're like the winds of change. It's like try to keep up with an air sign, because they're just like, oh my gosh, and we could do this, and we could do this. Oh my gosh, guys, and what about this, and what about this, and this one? And when we get our 18th location, we'll expand, and it'll be great. So, you guys have ideas. You guys have the movement aspect, to where you're constantly looking to create and create and create. And not only are you looking to just create, but you want to better yourself. You want to better other people. You want to better the world. You want to give. You want to offer things. You very much like to entertain or listen or console. All of those things. Those are air signs. So the air is a very unpredictable element, and just like my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquariuses, you guys are hard to keep up with, just like we are. You're always ready for the next thing. So let's get your card pulled. Do we have any comments that I should bring up before I pull the card, or what are you thinking? I don't want to get too deep into it. We can always go back.
There wasn't any comments. I did receive a personal message that someone would bring us weed after the show.
You said sorry?
I did receive a personal message that someone would bring us weed after the show if we wanted, in case I wasn't getting high enough on the sage.
I'd be down. I mean, all right. Gonna pull this card to Jules just wailing. All right, just like always, gonna intuitively allow myself to be guided to where the card would like to be pulled. All right, we've got, can we get that up there? The King of Cups. Just switching up the camera so you guys can see it. And I'm just moving everything to make sure it's in alignment. Oh, is it not working? Might be the camera. Oh, we're back to the beginning. Oh, we're back. Love it. All right. Oh, there we go. We got it.
I'm getting high.
That's high. It's all the sage. Hey, you know what? Moons affect technology. It's not uncommon. I'm getting distracted by comments. Okay. All right. So we've got King of Cups right there. And this is for my air signs. So basically, you guys, and we'll bring the camera back up here. There we go. Pat can't keep up. You keep up? Anneille, you are one badass. Cool. Thank you for this. PG to you too. PG to you. Pat James to you too. Amazing work, guys. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. Fun fact, in case anybody wants to know, I'm super nervous, and I am not used to being in front of the camera. In fact, I said to Pat, I would love to produce all of the shows so I never had to be in front of the camera. And he said, no, you are doing this show because it's going to be awesome. And I was like, okay. And then last night, actually, after Drunk Movie Reviews, which you can catch on the Rattle One page, Rattle One, you can catch that on the page. they finished their show, and then after we were done, I said, like, I was like, oh, what's going on? And Pat was like, so what do you think about just pulling the trigger on Tarot and Tunes for tomorrow night? And my face, just like all the color drained out of it, and I went like pretty pale, which is hard for me to do because I'm very, very tanned. And I was like, well, and then I said, it is a new moon. And he's like, great, so we'll do it. And we just pulled the trigger, and here we are. And it's going, so we're doing good. Anyways, back to the cards. So, King of Cups for my air signs. So, you guys, what do you need to know about this? So, it's pretty interesting because all of these cards seem to be flowing with the new moon. So Cups is not the sign in tarot for air. It's actually water, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. What it's saying here, though, is that you're going to bring in some emotional depth here. And there's going to be a lot of emotional maturity coming in for my air signs. Especially if you embrace kind of like a new, I don't want to say that you're not kind already, but if you even like go further and bust out into a different realm of kindness where you're almost like where you maybe wouldn't be kind to certain people or you wouldn't react to certain situations in a way, just going like out of your way to just embody kindness and grace and charity and just embracing all of those things. I also feel like my air signs are going to really come into a different kind of like spiritual or whatever you believe in, whether it's religious or spiritual, it doesn't matter. I'm a spiritual person, so I relate it to that. But I just did a new spiritual lease on life and a new spiritual practice. And when I say spiritual practice, I don't necessarily mean like some grandiose thing. It could be as easy as just like meditating or embracing more of inviting more of a conscious or mindful approach into your life right now. Seeing things from other people's perspective, asking yourself before you say something, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Like all of these things are spiritual practices. Journaling, immersing yourself into water, like going for a swim with the intention of releasing whatever it is that you need to release. And especially in the new moon, which is today, releasing is huge, and creating and manifesting and all of that stuff. So if you're able to do those kinds of things, I really see a bit of a spiritual practice becoming really beneficial for you, as well as partnering that with your kindness and consideration for other people, nurturing, assisting others, offering things to other people. Super, it's aligned because I'm an air sign, and deciding to offer this, like, I do offer the personalized readings, but like this is my gift to people because I really love giving this to everybody that wants to watch or that wants to receive it, because maybe it's a message you need to hear, and maybe one person makes a change or something big happens for them because they tuned in or because they saw this. And I think that is just the ability to know that might be possible is like why I really like doing this, and I love giving. So definitely a time to give more and to nurture other people more, and to really move from like an I or a you mentality to another, like to others, to other people, embracing like the community. And it comes at a really interesting time too, because of this pandemic and the tail end of it or whatever it is. It has divided us. We have looked at other people as like a threat or been nervous about being in groups. And I'm not necessarily saying you need to dive into being into groups. Like obviously follow the recommendations and the protocols and what makes you safe, but maybe energetically, maybe spiritually, like socially, online, stuff like that, really push out to other people. And the final thing too that I'm getting for my air signs is right now is just a huge creative and artistic potential for you as well. Embrace that talent that you have and that you might hide. I know I hide mine for sure. Pat, super talented. No, don't need to tell anybody that. Everybody knows that. He hates me probably for saying it. I see his face. It's true. But he is talented and embracing that. And all my air signs embrace that. There, you have that creativity. You have that artistic potential. So shine your light. Don't hide. partner it with the new moon, make moves, take charge, take the lead, be courageous. It's time for you right now to not only harness that yourself, and maybe you doing that artistic, creative potential is going to be what you offer to nurture other people and to be really to be really charitable to other people. Maybe you're offering some things or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a time for you to increase your emotional depth and maturity and really be there for other people and really skyrocket your kindness, skyrocket your charity, and harness in on that creative and artistic potential that you have, because you do. I think that's it for air signs. I think we're good. So pop that one down there. My OCD, the cards are all, you can't see them, but they're all nice and lined up. I talked so long that my sage went out. But thanks to a good friend's advice, we've got the candles. So we're going to relight this, going to get Pat high again. It's all good. Just his face. I wish you could see. Oh, he's gone. He's leaving. There we go. I love this. Sage is amazing. And for anybody that maybe was wondering or needed to know, I do have permission to use this medicine. You need to have permission from somebody in the Native or Indigenous community. And I do have that permission to use this medicine. And I'm super grateful for that because I resonate with it so deeply and it offers me a lot. So I do have that permission. I always like to just disclaimer that because I know that it's not cool to use it if you don't. So we're going to go on to our last sign. We're going to do water. I think my last one, I think my playlist ran out. Oh, what happened? Oh, technical difficulties. Did my phone? There we go. Oh, it went back to the beginning. Where did we end off? We got to go back to we'll just replay that music all over again. Tarot and tunes. Next time I'll make a longer playlist. I said I would be 30, 35 minutes, but clearly it's going to be way longer than that. Before I move on to water, I'm going to let Pat settle in. I love that he's like, ooh, there he is. These shows are not rigid in any way. I love the flow.
We're just figuring shit out.
Yeah, and it's fun. And it's free. And it's good. Do we have any? No, don't apologize. I've been teaching this man to stop apologizing so much. He's going to embrace that new moon. Anneille, what stones are perched upon your tarot and tune sign? Oh, well, let me tell you. I have several. Some of them are crystals. Some of them are stones that I found in some of my travels. I have some citrine. I have rose quartz. I have my, what is the name of it? I always do this, so let's blame it on the fog. I have some selenite. I have a big selenite. I don't know if you can see it. It's over here. It's opposite. It's over here somewhere. There we go. There's a big one there. I've got some salt rocks and lamps. What's over there? Just a different color citrine, just a different energy providing one. It's a little bit more intense. Amethyst is the one I couldn't think of. And I can't remember the name of this one. I think it's, I forget. But I'll post it in the comments after. I have them all written down. It's hard to remember them all sometimes, and I have so many. And this one I found, where is it? Yeah, this one I found on my trip to Israel. And I found it while I hiked up Masada, so I really wanted to bring something back to remind me of that because my trip to Israel was really powerful. Back to the motherland. Thank you. Aw. That's nice. She said thank you for me reading out my stones. All right. Let's cleanse these cards. Get a little bit more of this sage. Sorry, Pat. Got to do it. 2020 is a powerful year. All right. There we go. All right. So we're going to clear off the air sign energy, and we're going to move to our final sign. We've got water. So you guys are... I love water signs. You guys are intuitional. You're also very emotional. You're very sensitive. You need security, and 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 it's very like it's very specific security. You don't need to be contained. You just need to be secure. So if somebody tries to like stifle you or hold you in a box, you get really upset with that, because you need to be able to express your emotions, and you need to be able to have them validated. In relationships, you definitely, even if you're wrong, you need to know that your emotions are validated. My water signs, and you guys are my Cancers, my Scorpios, my Pisces. It's up there in case you needed to get a refresher. You're just tuning in to Tarot and Tunes. I'll be here all night. Try the veal. Just kidding. I'm a vegan. But anyways, you need security in the sense of like water needs something to hold it, or it just disappears. You need something to hold you, something to you partner really well in friendships with earth signs because they'll keep you grounded, they'll keep you contained. Not so much in relationships because they can tend to keep it a little too real for you, and it might not work because you might feel a little controlled or stifled. So we are going to shuffle these bad boys up. In our last sign of the first show, I'm emotional. It was so great. Yeah, and remembering the new moon, we're going to tie that in when I get the card. So I feel like if there's a water sign watching, there's some resistance for sure. I can barely get the cards shuffled. Okay, yeah, so if there's a water sign watching, just let go, surrender. All right, I think we're good there. I got you. Okay, so I'm just going to intuitively allow myself to be called to where the deck would like to be cut and then pull it out. All right, we have the Strength card. Great card. Not only is this representative of Leo because of the lion. Where is it? Right there. Because of the lion in the card. But I want to hold it up here for just a second more so you can see it. It's definitely encompassing the new moon, just with that Leo energy and the feminine energy of like taming the lion and really finding that balance. So you've got the Strength card. I'm going to bring it back up here. Here we are. So what do you need to know? I feel like just like with what I was saying there about that gentle, well-balanced strength. So strength can also can sometimes be like misinterpreted as like harshness or like abruptive nature, kind of like those really combative kinds of things, like feeling like you need to be strong and you need to fight and you need to challenge, you need to conflict. And that is true. Sometimes strength does require that of you to like really stand your ground and hold on to that. But at the same time, it's really about this card particularly, for me anyways, is really about finding that balance and about finding that grace between the two so that you can really harness in that feminine energy with that masculine energy, because they are two different energies and they're not associated to males and females. Everybody needs a balance of both to be like holistically well-rounded, spirit, mind, emotions, and body. So you're definitely called here for that, like partnering with the new moon. You're really being invited to understand, because I don't like telling people what to do. I invite you to understand that you have an opportunity right now to be strong and powerful in all of your endeavors and really go after things that the new moon is inviting you to do, because it is a new moon of engagement and activity and momentum and moving forward. And it really wants you to understand that you can be in control of the situation and you can face any difficulties that you might encounter head on, and you're going to be like victorious, and things are going to be, and you're going to be successful if you have like the courage and the like abundance of that strength, as well as the fortitude to really move forward and to stand your ground. somebody needs to stand their ground for sure. I'm getting that like message in right now. Somebody needs to just like stand their ground, hold their position, and be like, no, this is what I want to do. I'm doing it. I know it's going to be difficult. I'm not expecting it to be easy. I know things are going to pop up. I know I'm going to have a difficult time, maybe. Don't invite that energy in, but you understand the challenges that you might be up against, and know that you have the strength and the courage to face this. There are some people going through some difficult times right now. Know that you have the strength to face this. You have the courage to face this. And finding that balance between the like strong strength of standing your ground and fighting and combating and being there, as well as that feminine receptive nature where you can be graceful in your strength and you can be, I want to almost say like altruistic in your sense, which partners with that new moon energy as well. And also with that new moon, one other thing that I know about it that hasn't popped up yet until I got to this card is that, like I said before about being mindful about taking on too much, there's also an aspect of this new moon, because it is so fiery and because it is in Leo, where you're being called to also be mindful about being too harsh in your nature. So you really are being called to find this balance between standing your ground, being aggressive, being assertive, being, pursuing what you know you need to do right now, and also not meeting that with any kind of harshness or any kind of, I don't know what the word is, but like when you're not willing to hear somebody else's perspective or not willing to hear somebody else out, or you're shutting them down, embracing that in, but still standing your ground. So that balance is going to be really important for you to do. So those were the 4 cards for the 4 signs. We did fire, earth, air, water in that order. It's all going to be available for you at a later day. Do we have any comments before I move on to the next thing I was going to say? Do you ever choose the pop-outs, fly-outs, or prefer to choose from the shuffled deck intuitively? Sometimes I do both. It really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. For example, like if I'm doing a personal reading and I'm shuffling the cards, I have a very specific way that I approach it. So I know what is my shuffling and what is the universe popping a card out for me, or spirit popping a card out for me. So oftentimes while I'm shuffling, you're actually not the first person who's asked me that question. So oftentimes while I'm shuffling in my personalized readings, the camera is in an aerial view, so you can only see the cards as I'm shuffling and laying them out. And you can't see me at all. And I mentioned that a couple times in my readings. I'm like, just in case you were wondering what those, like why I didn't take those cards that flew out, I have a very specific way I approach it. If a card flies out that I feel like is called for it, then I'll put it down. But if it's my shuffling, then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. I think I was very nervous for this show, so I wanted to make sure that I was pulling, because I like to shuffle my cards, and like just like that they fall out because I'm a terrible shuffler. But I like to shuffle them, and then I'll always just like intuitively cut the deck where I feel like it wants to be called, and then I grab where it was cut. So and I got temperance, which is very perfect for what the question you just asked. But yeah, so that's kind of just how I do that. But anything else? I see like little hearts and thumbs up popping up, and it's just like so encouraging. I love it. I just love it. Any other comments that popped up before I wrap up, or anything that you think of note? Just go ahead. Good. Oh, yeah. You go. I go. You go. You can see your biggest big finger pointing at me from the thing. So yeah, so I think that's it. Like again, this is the first show. It's probably going to evolve as it goes. Please check out the music that was playing in the tunes part of the tarot. They're all really amazing bands. They're all, artists have really taken a hit over the course of this pandemic, because it was one of the biggest things that was shut down and not really supported in any way. We're slowly creeping back, so it's great. But this is my way of being able to kind of promote some music. All of these songs were amazing. There was a specific song that you can find. I'm going to post them all with it, but from Drop Top Alibi, they just released Eyes for You. It's a great tune as well. They're going to release like a more of a full-length version as well. It's going to be coming out like any day. I'm really excited for it. So make sure that you check out that music. Please support those artists. Like them on Instagram. It goes a long way. You can follow my playlists on Spotify also, because I'll have the episodes corresponding. So if there was a song that maybe you just can't figure out or you weren't able to find, it'll be on Spotify in my playlists. Cool. There's a comment there. Can you toss that one up? Because that's great. Somebody just said they're also drink Little Buddha. So I'm just going to like move it in so that you can see it. This is Little Buddha. It's amazing. It is... This one is grilled pineapple and rosemary. It's a premium vodka cocktail. I tagged them on Instagram one time. They're like a really cool company, and it tastes really delicious. So that's it. We'll see how the show evolves. I'm excited for the next one. It might be at the full moon. It might be in between. I might do a live card pull once I get a little more comfortable on this camera. We'll see where it goes, but I think that's it. Thank you so much for everybody that was here. Thanks to my producer, Pat. Amazing. And yeah, I'm good. We'll sign off. Thank you so much.